Hi folks, today I'd like to walk you through how to make a Google Form Breakout EDU or web quest. The first step is going to be to actually build out your clues, and you can use this template below. After you're done planning and building out your clues, you can move over to your Google Form. Now I've set up this template for you. The template includes the initial instructions as well as different sections that can be different steps of your web quest. Looking back at the instructions here, you can start by welcoming your students to the assignment itself, but I highly recommend that you require all of your answers be in all caps. This process is case sensitive, so it's really important that you make sure that students shout out their answers and begin. Throughout this process, I'm going to continue to go back to my initial clues, and I'm going to copy and paste this into my actual web quest. So as I move over here, I've got my step 2. I'm going to paste my question. Almost all of my questions will be short answer. Short answer will allow me to get responses from my students, and in order to build those so that it will advance to the next section, I'm going to click response validation. When it comes to response validation, you have a few options. The first is numerical. So if you are in a STEM class and you're looking for an actual number, that's really easy to click the number, and then you can select equal to, or you can go greater than or less than, and then you can put your answer. And then I highly recommend that you type in try again. In case students get a question wrong, they won't be able to advance to the next step. So giving them a response of try again indicates to them that they did not get the answer correct the first time. Now my answer to this question is text. So I'm going to say text contains, and again I'm going to type in all caps, and this is quest. And then again I'm going to hit try again. Once I've built this step, then I'm ready to move on to the next step. For this process, you can also use multiple choice questions. So if I was going to build a multiple choice question, I would make that multiple choice, and then I could put in the answers. And then instead of response validation, I would want to go to a different section based on the answer. So if this is the correct answer, then I'm going to want to go to my next section. If this is not the correct answer, then I'm going to want to go back to this step. So that will indicate to students that if they get the question wrong, they have to try again. As you can see back in my clue page, I have a variety of different clues. Most are typed out text, but I do have some numerical text as well. But I'd want to take some time to go down to the bottom here. My last prompt is going to be a reflection question. So I have said, congratulations, you've completed the quest, share what you've learned. Now as I copy that over into my actual, my web quest itself, I've got my congratulations, share what you've learned in the question below. So I'm going to give students a free response question where they can submit their reflection. Once students answer this question, then the web quest will be over and the form will submit. When you're done building your form, you're going to want to make sure that all questions are required and that you have every step included along the way. Again, make sure that you are changing your response validation and that you're entering that answer accurately. Other things to think about: when building your Google form, you may want to include an answer response where students can put their name, if they're working with a partner, also their class period, so that when you go to grade or evaluate their responses, you can check to see who is understanding what. Now, your responses can be seen in the Google Sheet, which will be built after you have submitted all your questions. What's nice about labeling each of the steps is that you'll be able to see where students are breezing through or are finding a lot of success naturally, and maybe some of the steps that are a little more complicated. This is great for you to be working with students to see what skills they may need additional support in. And just another tip to think about is make sure you label each of your steps. I find numbering them to be the most helpful so that you know exactly where students are at. You can help provide support to those answers, and you can also, again, chart their progress along the way. If you have any further questions on how to craft these Breakout EDUs or web quests, feel free to reach out to me. Again, these instructions are here for you to help support you along the way, but feel free to break out of the mold and get creative with creating an amazing experience for your students.